Hey everybody, it's Shannon with GritHR Solutions. Hope you're doing well. We are going into the summer months and decided that for this month, we're going to do a series about micromanagement. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that I am super against micromanagement. I really think that that can be the detriment to great teams, but also it can be a detriment to you as a leader. So thinking through this, a lot of times as founders, as business owners, as CEOs, we talk a lot about, work-life balance for our teams, but we don't always talk about enough about work-life balance for ourselves, right? And also as leaders, we don't talk about that work-life balance, but also, can you leave your team for a week, for 2 weeks, for a month, and your team can still breathe and still function without you? So that's really what I want to focus on today. If your team, your company, insert whatever there, if they cannot breathe without you, if they cannot get their work done without you, you are not leading. You are just a glorified, overpaid babysitter. Let's talk about it. So 5 signs that you're maybe micromanaging your team and maybe don't even realize it. First, you are constantly checking in. Slack pings, quick updates. Where are we on this? You are not creating visibility. You are creating anxiety for your folks. Sign number 2, you are redoing your team's work. They submit something and you clean it up or completely scrap it and redo it. The translation here is I don't trust you. And if you do that enough times, you're going to start watching initiative on your teams and of your people disappear. Sign number 3 that you're micromanaging your team is that you need to be CC'd on everything. Every email, every decision, every conversation, you are CC'd on. This is not you staying informed. This is you slowing everything down. Sign number 4, you jump in before your team struggles. The second something gets messy, you take over the situation. And now your team never learns. They stay stuck doing their job. And I had a manager one time tell me, because I would CC him on a lot of stuff, and it wasn't out of, him requiring that. It was me thinking from past micromanaging bosses that I had to CYA and CC him on all my stuff. And he pulled me aside one day and said, I don't understand why you're CCing me. We had this dialogue about it. And he said, listen, I'm here waiting in the wings if you need me. I hired you because you're a professional. I hired you to do this job because I believe you can do this job. If you need me, CC me. If you don't, then I will be off that thread. And when you need me, pull me back in. Words like that can be so empowering to your team. And it relieves you as a manager from having 100 emails a day that have nothing to do with you. And then sign number 5 that you're micromanaging your team. You measure activity instead of outcomes. You're asking the wrong questions when you're asking things like, how long did that take? And what are you doing right now? The only question that should matter, unless you're producing widgets and somebody has to get 100 widgets produced per hour, the only question that should matter is, did we get the results? So micromanagement doesn't look like control. It looks like exhaustion, not just for you, but for your team. If you're feeling called out right now, good. That was my intent. That is where the change starts. So in the next video, I'm going to break down why this happens. And trust me, it's not because you're a bad manager. And for those of you that have broken out of being overly micromanager or worked with a micromanager, tell me in the comments below how you worked through that and how you broke out of that trap.